In this video, we're going to talk about the Blue Ridge Parkway, we're going to talk about the Pisgah Inn, as well as the Pisgah National Forest, and we're going to answer the question, what does Pisgah mean anyway? So Carolyn and I finally got to stay at the Pisgah Inn, which is just off the Blue Ridge Parkway, but down in North Carolina. I mean, this was a huge bucket list kind of thing. And I've got to show you this amazing view from our room here at the Pisgah Inn. Are you ready? So yeah, the rain moved in, and so the view that is so awesome and what the Pisgah Inn is known for, well, it's not available. But I gotta be honest with you, the view this time isn't exactly why we're here. We're here to actually get an opportunity to stay at the Pisgah Inn. It's kind of on a bucket list, you know? We always want to stay here, and we drive by, but we don't make reservations, and they never have any rooms.
I'm so sorry.
And the reason why is because the Pisgah Inn is awesome.
Located at milepost 408 on the Blue Ridge Parkway in North Carolina, the Pisgah Inn has been in operation in one way or another since 1918. This version of the Pisgah Inn began development in the 1960s. It's been remodeled a few times since then, and we find it quite lovely. Carolyn and I travel a lot, and like everyone else, we have our favorite hotel chain. We do the points, and we have one of their cards and all that jazz, but that's not what you're getting at the Pisgah Inn. This isn't a Hilton or a Marriott. It's not supposed to be. If you're on this part of the Blue Ridge Parkway and stumble across the Pisgah Inn, and you're fortunate enough to book a room here during the summer or fall without reservations, it's possible to misunderstand what this is all about. The Pisgah Inn is one of those places where the same people book for a few days every year across decades. The rooms are clean and modern, but intentionally rustic. At this elevation, the air is quite cool in the summer and crisp in the autumn. But even though the room is very comfortable and very nice, Carolyn and I both think it's about this: reconnecting with God's wonderful creation. Many hotels have balconies, but here the balconies are private, and it's a perfect place to have coffee at midnight. That's what we did when we arrived. Yes, I know it's a foggy and rainy day, but it's quiet, and the rain is relaxing and soothing. We fell asleep last night with the windows open, listening to the wind, and I stayed asleep as the rain moved in and had to force myself awake to enjoy the morning.
It's so very peaceful. In fact, the loudest thing I've heard this morning is my voice talking to you on the camera right now. I mean, it's very quiet. The rain is amazing. The wind is always blowing up here. It is just an awesome place to visit. The Pisgah Inn is open for business. It opened on May 15th. I've never seen this place not booked, completely packed. I've never seen it this way. So now's the time for that getaway if you're trying to plan one. But again, the Pisgah Inn doesn't need my help pushing rooms. This place is famous. People stay here all the time, and they love it. It's one of the best places to stay, one of only two places to stay on the Blue Ridge Parkway. We love it here.
This year, the Pisgah Inn opened later than usual for obvious reasons. But in normal times, the restaurant here is very nice. Carolyn and I have had dinner here at the inn a few times in the past. Right now, however, the dining room isn't opened. So here's what the staff did to make up for it. When we checked in, we completed this little form letting the staff know what we wanted for breakfast. Then, at the time we specified, they brought breakfast to our room, and there was no extra charge. Isn't that awesome? The staff is amazing. When reading reviews, you'll find the same thing as you will reading reviews of any place, good, bad, and everything in between. But pay close attention to how many people write reviews who come back again and again year after year. They'll give you a pretty good idea as to what this is all about.
The staff here, they're amazing. They are simply amazing. The friendliest people that you're going to talk to if you stay at any lodge, any hotel in the world. These guys and gals are the friendliest by far, in my opinion. Last night, we got here later than we expected. We got here after check-in time, which is like 10, and they actually had somebody stay over for 30 minutes just to check us in, which they didn't have to do that. And they would have been well within their right to have said, hey, I'm sorry, we're just going to have to refund your money or whatever. But no, they kept somebody here for 30 minutes, and we got our room, and we loved it. We're so grateful. Great place to stay. It's a great place to get away. Probably the best night of sleep I've had in a hotel or any kind of lodge, probably in years. It's that good. Carol and I learned a long time ago not to let rain and fog force you off the Blue Ridge Parkway. You have to kind of wait it out for a little while because you have moments like this. The sun pops out and you have these amazing views.
In case you didn't know, Mount Pisgah was given its name by Reverend Newton, a 19th century teacher and minister. Pisgah is a Hebrew word meaning height or cliff. Pisgah Mountain was named after a mountain in Deuteronomy. In Deuteronomy 3:27, God tells Moses, "Get thee up into the top of Pisgah, and lift up thine eyes westward and northward, and southward and eastward, and behold it with thine eyes, for thou shalt not go over this Jordan." So Pisgah is the name of the peak of Mount Nebo, from which Moses saw the Promised Land.
I just wanted to take a couple of moments to say, if you're a subscriber, thank you so much for watching our video content and sharing our video content on your favorite social media platform. We make videos just for you. If you're new to A Nose for Life, I just want to say welcome, and I hope you'll give some of our other videos a try and consider subscribing to our channel and being a part of our video community. Pisgah Inn is at about 5,000 feet of elevation, and it's just a hike away from Mount Pisgah, which is at 5,700 feet of elevation. All of this region is in the Pisgah National Forest, and it's absolutely loaded with mile-high peaks, breathtaking waterfalls, and 500,000 acres of thick hardwood forest where you'll find hundreds of trails. But you know, we can't talk about this particular national forest without talking about the Weeks Act. President William Howard Taft, the 27th President of the United States and the 10th Chief Justice of the United States, the only person, by the way, to have held both of the highest offices in the land, he signed the Weeks Act into law in 1911. The Weeks Act permitted the federal government to purchase private land in order to protect the headwaters of rivers and watersheds in the eastern United States and called for fire protection efforts through federal, state, and private cooperation. You know, sometimes Taft gets a bad rap, and it's really because of Teddy Roosevelt, but I'm not getting into that right now. I like Teddy Roosevelt, but I also like Taft. The truth of the matter is that Taft was an amazing leader, and he doesn't get a whole lot of credit that he deserves. In fact, the Weeks Act is one of the most successful pieces of conservation legislation in U.S. history. The Pisgah National Forest is the first tract of land purchased by the United States government for conservation and led to the creation of the first national park. And that's a nice bit of history, but it gets even better. About 100,000 acres of this land belonged to George Vanderbilt, grandson of Commodore Vanderbilt. Have you ever heard of the Biltmore? That's the house that George Vanderbilt built. And for the most part, what we now call the Pisgah National Forest once belonged to the Vanderbilt family. But George about went broke building his American castle, and well, he got a government bailout. Imagine that. The government purchased his land, but he never got to sit back and enjoy what remained. George Vanderbilt died of an appendicitis before everything was finalized. It's like a real-life soap opera, and I've always appreciated George Vanderbilt's vision for the Biltmore. And by the way, the Biltmore is pretty awesome. One of my earliest videos is about the Biltmore, and you can check it out by clicking in the right-hand corner of your screen now. We're right here at the midway point underneath Stistachi Bald, if I'm not mistaken. I think that's what it's called. But we're right here about the midway point, descending, and then we'll go up again to another mountain. But I'm telling you, this is absolutely beautiful, but you have to wait on these moments in weather like this when you're getting rain coming in and out of the area. I think later on today it's supposed to storm real bad up here. But you have these moments right here where they're just absolutely beautiful when you're looking at it.
When you stay at the Pisgah Inn, you're only about 2.5 hours from Great Smoky Mountain National Park, and which is amazing. A lot of people visit there. After all, it is like the most visited national park in these here great United States of America. And you're not that far away, depending on how many times you stop at these amazing look-offs like this one right here. Now, we've been on the road since we left the Pisgah Inn for about 2.5 hours, and it's just been amazing. A lot of rain, a lot of fog, and then moments like this that are just perfect. So you're probably asking, what is there to do if I stay at the Pisgah Inn? And I'll tell you, there's all kinds of things to do. You're about an hour from the Biltmore or less, so you can always visit the Biltmore, which is a lot of fun. You're 2.5 hours from Great Smoky Mountain National Park. And of course, just being on the Blue Ridge is amazing. Just driving the Blue Ridge. If you like to hike or even like to walk, I mean, there's just plenty of places to really dive in and enjoy yourself along the Blue Ridge Parkway in North Carolina, or in Virginia for that matter. But this stretch here from Pisgah down to the Great Smoky Mountain National Park, it's just really special. The highest points in the Appalachian Mountains are through this area, and it's just a great place to visit. I want to thank you so much for watching this video. Please don't forget to click the like and subscribe button. And if you don't care, share this video on your favorite social media platform. My name is Bill Marion, and this is A Nose for Life. Hey, if you have time, check out some of these other videos. I don't know how this happened. Wasn't the plan. We ended up taking 441 to Gatlinburg. I don't know how it happened, but yeah, we're here. It's getting hot, like really hot, and I've got a sweatshirt on. It was like 50 degrees and now it's like 80.